What's up, beautiful people? Today it's going to be a very sad one. So before I get into the video, if you are sensitive to gore or descriptions of crime and unalivement, please tune away. Be kind to yourself, and check out my previous videos or the videos I upload after this. So where do I start? I was home, trying to get everything I recorded in place. My wife went to work and sent me a video. Was like, oh, check this out. So I clicked on the link to the video, and it was very horrific. It was of a subway with a woman who was engulfed in flames. Well, at the time I didn't know. I saw a person like just engulfed in flames. So I was shocked. I was like, is this real? Is this like a movie? What is going on here? And she said she saw it circulate. So I was very disturbed. I was like, why? What happened? And in the video, what I saw was whoever was taking the video was behind a bench taking the video. And after a few minutes of like filming the woman or the person, the victim that was burning, you could tell that the victim tried to move. So the victim was trying to move, and it was so sad. While they were in flames, you could tell like there were little movements in there, and nobody was getting close. You could see police pass by. But one thing that caught my eye was the camera pans to the right side. It pans to the right side, and then you see a gentleman get up and then walk towards the subway, and with a piece of clothing starts fanning the victim in an attempt to, or what I thought was an attempt to put off the flame, right? So I was like, well, why are people filming this? Why don't they get like water and then like pour it on her, extinguish her with like whatever, like do something, right? But nobody was getting close to it, so except this gentleman. So I was like, this gentleman is brave. At least he's trying to do something. At the time I thought it was an old person, because the person like walked slowly, right? I thought it was an old person. Come to find out, after trying to research and figure out what was happening, that was the perpetrator. That guy that walked to that was the perpetrator. That was the person that caused that. I did not know that until I looked into it, and it happened in New York. I was like, what? The person that was telling us a hero was the person that did that. And according to news media, it happened when the woman, so the victim was a woman, was in a seated position sleeping and had a blanket around her, and this demon went towards her and lit a fire from a lighter onto the blanket. Guys, this is a wicked world. This is horrific. So the lady only woke up after she was being engulfed in flames, and that standing position that she was in was as a result of her burning. That, man, this is the saddest thing my whole schedule is messed up, because I have been thinking about this throughout the night. I haven't blinked, and I watched the video before turning on the camera to record this. What it teaches me is that not everybody you go past or not everybody you walk by. Not everybody that says good morning to you. Not everybody that smiles at you. Not everybody that stands beside you. Not everybody that walks past you is in a correct or a right state of mind. Guys, this should teach us something. What is wrong with somebody sleeping on a subway station? And for this person to walk to the person, pull out a lighter, and then do what he did, come down from the subway, sit on a bench, and watch her as she engulfed to the point that she was totally engulfed, got up calmly, walked to the subway, took a piece of clothing, started fanning when he was asked to stop, walks away. Guys, this is the world we live in now. This is coming from the back of people, or two people being victims of stabbing in the same subway station. New York is chaotic. And this is not just New York. This is wherever. Bad people don't only congregate in New York or specific places. A bad person might be beside you. A bad person might be the one who is ride sharing with you in an Uber or something. Heck, your Uber driver might be a bad one. The person in the office laughing at you or laughing with you or being nice to you, buying you donuts, look, you cannot trust anybody. You just cannot. This guy, I learned, was deported in 2018, found his way back into the country, and instead of laying low, I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong. I'm not saying it from that perspective, but instead of like being an outstanding person, like helping the needy, doing good, obviously you're not here on good terms. So you have the right to do something, like make an impact, a good impact in society. He took the route of this. And then I heard from other media sources that he was homeless. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Guys, be careful. Nobody can protect you but yourself. You may hire bodyguards. You may have people who are trained in combat close to you, with you. You may have your spouse, you may have your kids, whoever. You may have a personal trainer with you all the time. You may have a trained Marine with you. It doesn't matter. The best person to protect you is you and God. That is it. That is the only person that can protect you. I'm telling you, because right now, the stories that are coming, people are doing evil and not even budging. They don't care. This guy was arrested, didn't utter a word, didn't have remorse in his face, was just looking around. That guy that looked like a half-stepped on cockroach was like nothing, emotionless. Normally you see people commit crimes and have their head hanging low. Some out of remorse and some out of shame. And some out of guilt. This guy had nothing, no expression. This is ridiculous. It is so sad that you might be the end of a casualty, and then the person that caused that will be walking around freely, will be walking around with nothing to worry about. Yes, they'll be arrested. Yeah, they'll be in jail for life, but they'll be fed. They'll still be around. They would have moments where they laugh. They'll make friends in jail, in prison, whatever it is. Even if this guy's deported, he's going to have moments where he's laughing, where he has friends, he has family. And this victim is gone. We have every right to be self-aware. This is a generation, or this is a time where you don't have to walk on the street looking at your phone, getting distracted easily, because evil lurks around. Evil is lurking. Evil is everywhere now. Evil doesn't just exist in certain areas anymore. Evil is everywhere. Evil is everywhere. I repeat, the best person to protect you is you. The best person to protect your family is you. So, I guess everybody now knows the news. This is nothing new. I reacted to a story from Rotten Mango. I have reacted to another one, which haven't been posted yet, but will be coming. And the way people now are like doing evil, the way people feel confident and okay to hurt the next person and not even budge, and all they say is sorry, and all they do is like, oh yeah, it's happened. And you find people screaming human rights for such perpetrators. It's sickening. Alright, let's check it out.
Late today, charges filed in another horrific murder that has shaken New Yorkers. A woman set on fire on a subway train. 39-year-old Sebastian Zapata is charged with murder and arson for starting that fire that killed a woman who was sleeping on an F train in Brooklyn over the weekend. Police believe she was homeless. Authorities tell us he is an undocumented immigrant from Guatemala who snuck back into the United States after being deported back in 2018. Eyewitness News reporter Dan Kraft live outside the train station in Coney Island where this nightmare unfolded. Dan?
Sandra, it is a nightmare. I watched videos of what happened. Videos we're not releasing publicly, and they are horrendous. Police say the man walked up to a stranger on the subway, got out a lighter, and lit her clothes on fire. When police arrested him, they found that lighter in question in his pocket.
Why did you do it?
At 33 years old, Sebastian Zapata has been charged with first-degree murder. Our cameras rolled as police took him to lockup. But it's not the first time he was caught on camera. Police didn't know it at the time, but their body cameras captured a shot of him Sunday morning when they first rushed to the station. Seen sitting calmly on a bench, watching the woman burn to death. This is after police say he used a lighter to ignite her clothes on fire on the F train in Coney Island. Once they released his picture, a group of teenagers spotted him on a different train and called 911.
Something is clearly wrong with a person that would set an innocent individual on fire, a woman, and sit there and watch her burn.
We're learning new details about the suspect. Zapata is a citizen of Guatemala. Police say he crossed the border into Arizona in June of 2018. He was detained and deported days later, but snuck back into the country. He last lived at a homeless shelter in East New York.
This person was snuck into the country after being removed from the country, what my preliminary reports are giving me. I've been talking about this over and over again.
Police have not released the identity of the victim yet, saying her body was burned beyond recognition. The Brooklyn District Attorney issuing a statement that reads in part, "The depravity of this horrific crime is beyond comprehension, and his office is committed to bringing the perpetrator to justice. This gruesome and senseless act of violence against a vulnerable woman will be met with the most serious consequences." The crime happening on a violent weekend for the city's subway system. In addition to the brutal burning, there was a stabbing and a shooting. The same weekend, the governor rode the subway, touting how cameras and the National Guard have made it safer. We found some crime, like robberies, is down by double digits this year compared to last.
It's these high-profile cases that strike out our psyche and make us feel unsafe, and that's what I'm fighting against every day.
Officers say Zepeda will be transferred over to federal custody and will face removal proceedings shortly. This story is already getting national and even international attention right now due to some high-profile social media posts, including posts from Elon Musk over the past 24 hours. Reporting live in Coney Island tonight, Dan Crowell, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
And this is by People, I think, People Magazine, people.com, I guess. Shout out to them. They said, man arrested for setting woman on fire in brutal, senseless homicide. Super senseless. Ay, ay, ay. In a statement to People, the NYPD identified a suspect as Sebastian Zapeta Khalil. Police described the suspect as an unlawful present Guatemalan citizen who has been deported in 2018. According to police, Zapeta Khalil had been arrested but not yet charged. A suspect has been arrested, well, yeah. So it happened around 7:30 a.m. on Sunday, December 22nd. And morning, come on, guys. You can't trust, you just can't trust people now. You just can't. You cannot trust people. People are doing wild, weird, evil stuff. You can't. Who would think, like, you're walking with a guy whose face looks like he's been mushed to a wall, who thinks that person can commit a crime? But yet that person will shock you, will commit a heinous act like this. The unidentified victim was traveling towards Stillwell Avenue Station in Brooklyn when a man set her clothes on fire with a lighter around 7:30 a.m. on Sunday. According to the commissioner, the suspect calmly walked up to the victim, who was in a seated position at the end of the train car, and then he ignited the clothes, and she was fully engulfed in a matter of seconds. Jeez. Officers on patrol on the upper level of the station saw smoke and rushed to the train using fire extinguishers to put out the flames. Unfortunately, the victim was pronounced dead on the scene, Tish revealed. Metropolitan Transportation Authority Chief Security Officer Michael Kemper called it a brutal, senseless homicide per the conference. Surveillance footage from inside the subway car showed the assailant approaching the woman without saying a word and igniting the blanket she was wrapped in. The suspect then sat on a bench and watched the woman burn. CNN and NBC News reported. The New York Mayor Eric Adams called the act depraved in a statement on X. This is horrific. This is sad. And I don't know if you think carrying like anything protective, like a protective measure with you, will make you feel safe enough, do that. If you think taking martial art classes will make you feel safe enough, do that. Boxing classes will make you feel safe enough, do that. There was news that a guy was unalived in his own home after letting people who posed as maintenance or something in there where they had reflectors on and everything. His Ring doorbell camera caught them. They bushed in. Oh yeah, we're here from so and so. He let them in and they unalived him. It also made waves last week. So right now, I don't mean to scare or panic anybody, but let's be mindful of the next person. I know when I step out of the house, I'm going to be mindful of anybody, even a kid. You're not supposed to be close to me. Who are you? Go to your mama. I don't know you. I want to be safe. You can't trust anybody. Alright guys, I think I've done enough talking. I've talked a lot. I hope you stay safe. More videos coming. More Rotten Mango reactions coming. More body cam footage coming. Some crime coming. I want to do some Mr. Ballin too. I had a friend reach out to me. I was like, yeah, do Mr. Ballin. He also tells stories. So I'm going to do a lot of Rotten Mango. Stephanie Sue is amazing. I'm going to do other reactions too. And thank you all for your support. You guys, without you, there's no channel. You are amazing. I love you all so much from the depths of my heart. You're making this dream a reality, creating this huge, awesome family. Without you, there's no family. So thank you all so much. Merry Christmas, and I love you all.